Roberts.
Jed, it's a weird place for those that have not been behind the scenes. But during the celebration, did you guys happen to cross paths with guys that you know pretty well from previous stops in New England?
Yeah, you know what was really classy of those guys, you mentioned Jed and Theo, and they came over to congratulate me, Andrew Friedman, and our staff, and really gracious, compliment us on how we kind of went about things all year long and throughout the postseason. And Jason McLeod, one of my former RBV Longhorn classmates, is an executive with those guys, and he wished us well too. So yeah, you know it was they're calling for a rubber match next year. They got us last year, and they just said to go out there and finish this thing off.
I was in I forgot where I was. I may have been in an airport, Doc, but I was watching the highlights after you guys won on Thursday night, and I didn't get a chance to hear it, but I saw you on the field at Wrigley, and then I saw Tommy Lasorda there next to you, and it seemed like you guys. I'm sure you've explained this a time or two. I don't think the cameras picked up necessarily what you guys had to say to one another. But would you mind sharing with us what you and Tommy had to say on the field at Wrigley after you guys won the NL title?
Oh, I think that it's great that Tommy has the strength and the willingness to travel with us in this capacity, and he's always been my number one supporter and wishing me well, even when we were going through some tough times. And from day one, though, Darren, he's been a supporter of mine, and so I think that our players, our coaches, the front office, we did a very good job, I think, of really keeping Tommy relevant in the sense of currency and being current. And I know he appreciates that, and we definitely know what he did for the Dodger organization. And so, again, for him, he was just kind of, as you mentioned earlier, basking in the glory, and Tommy was taking all the festivities and really just kind of taking it in.
Also, that game itself, when you guys get off to the kind of lead that you guys had, what was it like in the dugout, knowing, for the most part, Doc, anything screwy can happen here. You never want to underestimate, especially a defending World Series champ. But what was it like just knowing like you had this big lead here? It must have was time moving slowly? Was time moving quickly here while you were just waiting and counting down the innings and the outs until you guys could finally jump on the field and celebrate?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, no lead. I mean, you could say that you feel comfortable in a postseason setting. But, yeah, once Kike hit the grand slam, I felt pretty good. Logan got a 2-out double, scored a couple more runs. And, yeah, when you're up 9-1, you feel pretty stinking good at that point. And so right there, you got Clayton throwing the baseball well, got his pitch count up, and then you got Morrow and Jansen and Maeda. So, yeah, it was nice to kind of figure out a way just to make sure Kenley gets into the game, gets some work so he can throw the last